everyone, and welcome back to my channel. And if you're new to my channel, welcome to you. So my lovelies, I've been a bit pushed for time this week, so I'm going to do all the 12 star signs. I will timestamp them below, and I'm going to be bringing in a book that was written by Brian Froud. He's a well-known artist, illustrator, brought out loads of artwork and books and what have you, if you just want to research Brian Froud. He did bring an oracle deck out called the Fairies, which I do own and I've never really worked with. There was a reader called Adelina Bond. She was brilliant on here, had about 165,000 subscribers, and then due to her health and other reasons she came off. But yeah, so this week, my lovelies, I'm going to be bringing in the good fairies and bad fairies. Okay, bad fairies, good fairies. And basically in this book it has got the actual illustrations of the cards, the oracle cards, and some of their meanings. So I am going to use this book this week to sort of connect with messages for you. So with that said and done, check your timestamps below to go to your message, and let's get on with the readings. Now I'm going to be reading for the lovely star sign of Taurus. So Taurus, before I go with the book, okay, I felt some of you needed to check your iron levels. There was something about iron in your blood was low, sort of anemic. If it's not you directly, there's somebody around you who needs some bloods doing, because there's something not quite right with vitamin levels. But I felt iron, a lack of iron around somebody. So let's just stop and see what we're going to have coming out here for you. And we have the Mask of Truth and the Fairies of the Future. Okay, this is the Fairies of the Future. I'm sure if I can get the whole page in, dip it down, I might do. And then we've got the Mask of Truth. So beautiful artwork, so much going on in Brian Froud's artwork. Okay, there's that many different things hidden to study. I'm going to go with this page first, the Mask of Truth. It may be that some of you think that somebody is holding back the truth, or you are protecting somebody from the truth. However that is going to resonate with you. The Fairies of the Future comes in. And if we look at the artwork on this card, somebody's pointing the finger. Okay, there's like an element of blame going on in this artwork for you, Taurus. So I feel someone is trying to pass the blame on to you, or you may be trying to sort of say it wasn't my fault. Okay, and you're trying to speak the truth on an issue, okay, where you want to single somebody out and say no. Okay, it can also mean somebody's turning their back on you as well. This can be an organisation, doesn't have to be a person. It can be like the medical profession are not listening to you, or appointments have been cancelled and you're forever sort of, you know, and you're pointing the finger then saying, well, what's going on? Okay, I've had this appointment cancelled. Okay, if it's not you directly, it could be somebody else. It's that kind of an energy. Okay, so I am going to pull a couple of cards as well, Taurus. I'm going to go with the crystal energy cards first. What have we got for Taurus? And we've got aquamarine, go with the flow. Okay, go with the flow. And that's coming out with appreciation. So it's a message for you this week, Taurus, okay? Just to appreciate what is happening around you. Even if you think at the time it may be a struggling energy, hence go with the flow. It's also appreciation of somebody around you who may have given you a lot of help this week, and it's to remind you to be appreciative of them. Or you could be sort of wanting appreciation. You could have been helping somebody and you're thinking, I'm seeking appreciation here. It could be lack of appreciation, Taurus, okay? Where you're a little bit miffed, maybe, that you... Just bear with us, guys, because I've got a flashing light. Let's just alter this light for a minute. I don't want it to turn into a discotheque. That's better. So yeah, something about appreciation. I am going to pull out a animal spirit card as well. And we have the hawk. And the hawk comes out with the alchemical sign of air. And air is about communication. So there's an element of news coming in for you this week. But it's good news because I want to go with like soaring to new heights. Okay. Also, you feel like you've got your wings back, some of you. And I do feel this is on health issues, where you've had your wings clipped, maybe because of health reasons, or maybe looking after somebody who has had health issues. But I want to go with the overall energy of good news comes in the form of communication. So my lovely Taurians, there are only small messages this week, but I hope you can take something from that. Check out your moon and rising signs, and until next time, you take care of you. Bye then. So I'm going to be reading for the lovely star sign of Capricorns, and we always have to sing for Capricorns. So Capricorn, let's grab the good fairies, bad fairies, and let's have a look what is coming out for you. I feel like I want to go towards the back. Oh, and we've got bad fairies because it's upside down. So what's going on, Capricorn? Just move that there a sec, guys. Capricorn, Capricorn. We've got a couple of cards coming out here. We've got death, okay? There is a chill wind blowing. Bolt your windows and bar the door, for black anise is about. This highly dangerous fairy hag grabs children through open windows and takes them back to her lair to devour them. When horrid black anise is hungry, her howls can be heard for miles. However, I want to go with this black anise is something that is a troublesome entity, okay, a troublesome problem that you have got going on around you at the minute, okay. We then have Bodak, which is this sort of little illustration here, and it says this shadowy male figure comes down the chimney and is up to no good. So there's this element of things around you at the minute where your energies may be upset by others, okay, things that have happened to you, things that don't sit very well with you, but there's just a warning to say there's some kind of energy or someone trying to work its energy against you. This can be an organisation, it can be a work who are trying to cause problems for you. Okay, it can be family members trying to cause problems for you. It can be who you rent off. So however it's going to fit. Then we have Death. She is perhaps the most feared of all fairies. The Irish know her as Banshee, a fairy woman who keens and wails in the night, foretelling death. In Scotland, she the washer at the ford, washing the grave clothes of those about to die. Her shadowy figure appears to each one of us at some point in our lives, bearing an irresistible summons from another world. Sometimes we can refuse the call for a while, but eventually we must follow. She holds out a vision of our past. Does it shine with joy, or is it clouded by too many things we neglected to do? It's too late to make changes now. The Death Fairy awaits, ready to lead us into a future of our own making. Now is the dreaded moment. We must take her hand. It's time to go. But it's not all doom and gloom. I feel like change. There's something about change, the death of something here. It can be, as I said, circumstances that have happened around you, and this is where you have a cut-off point. There could be issues, as I said, around work, and you think, you know, I don't need this stress, I'm walking away. I've got that song in my head now by Craig David. I'm walking away, okay? Yeah, but that was on a relationship stance, wasn't it? But I'm just going that you're walking away from something. It can be news of a death as well for some of you, so I'm not going to dismiss the actual card itself that's coming out in this artwork. And then on the opposite page we have the Soul Shrinker, okay, and it says this: the Soul Shrinker is the progenitor of intolerance and meanness. It provokes malicious gossip and causes us to be disparaging of others. Victims of the Soul Shrinker blame everyone else for their troubles, taking no responsibility themselves. Slowly, secretly, moment by moment, with each mean word or unkind thought, this fairy works at the deepest levels. As it grows, it diminishes our souls, shrinking and constricting them, squeezing until they are tight and shriveled. Don't become one of the unfortunate victims of this destructive creature. If you direct his foul influence in your words or deeds, banish him from your life, okay? So yeah, again, it's this sort of dark energy that comes around. It could be somebody is gossiping. You could hear of gossip information coming through to you. I also want to point out to the teeth in this card. I feel some of you may have issues with dental work. If it's not you directly, then I do feel it is for someone around you. So Capricorns, okay, let's just have a look at the cards then. I do love Brian Froud's work, and his artwork's amazing. So let's get your crystal card and see what's coming out there for you. And we have Aquamarine, Go with the Flow. That's twice that's come out now. It came out for Taurus, it's come out for you. And that comes out with a strategy. You need to have a plan of action. On your reading, however, even though the Go with the Flow came out for Taurus, this is what I feel your energy has been. Oh, I'll just let things, you know, meander along, just go with the flow and what have you. But for this purpose of your reading, it's like to say you can no longer let things just keep running away with themselves. You've got to have a strategy. You've got to have a plan of action. So it's sort of saying to you, get a plan in place, okay? Act upon things that you've let go too far now. Sort of pay attention to details, Capricorn. And let's have a look what your animal spirit card is. And we've got moth drawn to the flame. Okay, alchemical sign of air, which is about communication. So you could hear some news coming in. There's an attraction here. As I said, it's like a moth being drawn to something, drawn to the light. Okay, there's a lot of darkness below this moth energy, but you are going, as I said, into a lighter, brighter energy. And the moth is also about vulnerability, okay, being fragile with the wings. So you've got to take action, okay, to protect the vulnerability that I feel some of you are feeling around you at the moment. So my lovely Capricorns, I hope you can take something from that reading. Don't forget to check out your moon and rising signs. And until next time, you take care of you. Bye then. I'm going to be reading for the lovely star sign of Virgo. So Virgo, these are alive today. So Virgo, let's bring in the Good Fairies, Bad Fairies book and see where we want to stop for you in this. Feel about there for you. Wow, we've got the Foul Fairy and the Red Rager and the Sink Fairy. I'm going to go with this page first. Okay, nice. So let's have a read what it says on this page. Pixie Pincher. Once she was the bane of idlers and sluts, whom she would pinch, blue as bilberries, but now all of us are at risk from the pixie pincher. Any unaccountable bruising will be this pixie's work. Okay, they don't mince the words in this book, do they? Who hasn't felt this fairy's touch causing computers to crash, calculators to jam, and bringing darkness to digital screens? I know I have. Okay, so this pixie pincher, the Foul Fairy, of all the creatures spawned by the dark side of fairy, this is one of the most abhorrent, oozing out of the shadows. It slowly overwhelms its victim, coating all it touches with a sticky web of lies and deceit. This fairy hisses in our ear, coaxing us into secretly destructive behaviour, covert betrayals, furtive abuse and violence behind closed doors. The Foul Fairy thrives in the dark of the unspoken and is banished by the light of truth. Wow, Virgo, that is deep. So you could be having technology issues with the pixie pincher. This person, this fairy, doesn't like people to be idle. So there could be somebody around you who's not pulling their weight. Okay, very strong language here. I don't like that word myself personally, but I've just got to read what comes out. There could be news. I don't think it's directly attached to you. There could be somebody in your family network who finds out their partner has been cheating on them. Okay, could be two-timing a family member. Okay, so if you've got a son or a daughter, it might come apparent that they're not being honest. Okay, that they're seeing two people at once. They're seeing two people at once. As I said, I don't think this is to do with you directly. I feel this is somebody who's close in your energy. You could have it in a conversation with somebody at work. okay, and they drop it out to you of, you know, I'm seeing somebody else, I'm a bit unsure what to do, and they sort of confide in you. So we've got that kind of an energy going on, okay, we've got that kind of an energy going on. But we've got betrayals as well here, which I do feel it focuses in, and as I said, news about something going on behind somebody's back. Let's just turn over to this side of the book, and we've got the Red Rager, okay, and it's got small and barely noticeable. This fairy lurks in dark recesses, surreptitiously gnawing at us with its venomous little teeth. Then suddenly its colour changes to vivid red and it pounces. Whatever possessed me, we say afterward, something took hold of me, something came over me. That something was the Red Rager, or anger fairy. It takes wicked pleasure in releasing uncontrollable rage and violent passions. Its twisted form takes us over, and we find we're no longer in control. All that is rational and reasonable is devoured by the ravings of this fairy, who leaves us in thrall to the dark forces of fairyland. Once bitten, twice shy. It's a truism appropriate to dealing with this unwelcome presence. Be constantly vigilant for the first infuriating nips of fairy teeth. Possession by the Red Rager becomes more virulent the longer it goes on. Compassion in his enemy and keeps him from growing large. So, anger, rage, okay? You could end up blowing your top about something, okay? I feel like somebody might be twisting the truth on something as well, Virgo, around you. Nipping something in the bud as well, okay? Save something escalating this week. Brian Froud's work is very off the wall, okay? But there is an element of a life force within it that resonates with us humans, okay? So something is going to get you angry and annoyed. Wow, Virgo, let's get the cards and have a quick look what's coming out in the cards then. Oh my gosh, I can't believe this. I've just done Taurus, I've done Capricorn, and now I've done you, and you've all had the same crystal card come out. How bizarre. But obviously I'm reading for all the earth signs, so yeah, go with the flow, but each one did have a different meaning. Let's have a look what yours is coming out with then. How bizarre, how bizarre. Envy. Envy comes in, and remember I said out of that book that we just read out of, okay, there's some information about somebody seeing somebody else or is going to leave somebody. So whoever finds out this information, obviously the other partner is going to be envious that, you know, they can't be trusted, they're seeing somebody else, okay? So I've got this sense of jealousy going on. I feel like I want to clarify that for you, actually. I'm going to use the side cards to do it with. Can I have a confirmation of the envy? What is the envy about for Virgo, please? And its father. As I said, I don't feel it's you directly. I feel it's somebody around you, okay? A son, a daughter. where there's a situation going on where they could be upset or angry about what's going on in their relationship stance, and then you sort of step in as a father figure, as a sort of advisor, to give them support with this news, whatever it is that is going to come in, you know, to upset them. The go with the flow in this instance then for you is whatever this circumstance that is going to blow up, and I want to say the word blow up because it is going to cause an upset, it is going to cause anger, it is going to cause rage. At the end of the day, whoever it is, if it's you who's going and decided the partnership that you're in, okay, is no longer serving you, then you've got to do the right thing and be honest, you know, and the person who is being rejected has got to accept that, okay? The person who is doing the rejection has also got to go with the flow, because they need to be happy. No use stopping with somebody you're not 110% gelling with, okay? Because a lot of people do it. But Virgo's come in, I feel, on this occasion to give advice, to be that listening ear, to see what is going on. So let's just have a quick look at your animal spirit. And we've got the Scorpion. See? A sting in the tail. There's something, some news, an issue that is going to sting somebody. Okay? Something comes to light from it. Very deep, Virgo, but I hope you can take something from that message this week. Don't forget to check out your moon and rising signs, and until then, you take care of you. Bye then. I'm going to be reading for the lovely star sign of Scorpio. So, my lovely Scorpios, let's get the Good Fairies, Bad Fairies book and see where we're stopping for you. I feel like towards the back, actually. Oh, we've got Bad Fairies. Oh, Scorpio, we've got the Bad Fairies. Oh, look at the picture. Oh, my goodness. The bully bogey. And it says, the bully bogey. This vicious bogey loiters in lonely places and sullenly waits for his prey. His fetid breath inspires brutality and oppressive actions. This bogey is the manipulative creature whispering in the ear of all bullies. His contagious influence is felt from schoolrooms to boardrooms to government offices. This rancid creature leaps from nowhere with sharp talons and stiff fingers, clutching its victims back, riding them, urging them to spout intransigent dogma. Its harsh voice croaks in their ear, encouraging self-righteousness and fantasism. The cold, tight embrace of the bogey constricts attitudes, producing a rigid, narrow-mindedness that excludes all other possibilities. It is one of the most reviled of creatures, even by fairies themselves, for it spawns all that is contrary to the fairy faith. An openness of heart is this fairy's downfall, and an openness of mind breaks its power. Fairies show us flow and the possibilities of change. They show us clarity and insight and the fact that everything is connected and we are all part of one another. This false fairy manipulates deceit. It throws a glamour over humans into pretense and hypocrisy, inspiring lies and all things false, so they seem plausible and worthy. Oh my days, Scorpio. So, if it's not you who are suffering at the hands of feeling someone is getting at you, bad-mouthing you, then it could be somebody close to you. Especially if you've got children, it could be somebody bullying aspects around kids, okay? someone who's trying to manipulate, someone who's very controlling. I also feel that the bully bogey, okay, great name for a fairy, the bully bogey is, as I said, someone who can be around you who's trying to control a situation at the moment. Somebody who's sort of taking it out on you as well. You could have somebody around you who, you know, is miserable, their life's not going to plan, and then you get these people around you who seem to take it out on you. You're trying to be upbeat and then now just dragging you down to their level. It's that type of energy, Scorps. Oh my days. So let's have a look what's coming out in the cards then. What have we got for Scorpio? Scorpio, it's like to say don't be bullied either, okay? Don't let somebody tell you, especially if it's in a work ethic and, you know, your boss is coming in and saying, you need to do this and you need to do the other. And you know what? In my working practices, which I'm retired now, but we had people come in, you know, and I was very good at observing situations. And you know, you get people like these supervisors or managers, whoever they are, delegating their work out, and just sitting there, you know what I mean? And I used to think, why don't you pull your finger out and assist your colleagues? You know, be a supervisor, and, you know, and roll your sleeves up and help. So I feel that could be significant for some of you. You've got an idle supervisor around you who you think, well, you know what, why don't you just muck in? You can see I'm struggling here. It's that kind of an energy. Don't get me started, Scorpios. Right, so let's have a look what's coming out in your crystal energy, guys. And we've got Garnet. Ignite your passion. Okay? Ignite your passion. And I want to say that in a way of, don't let somebody doubt your passions. Don't let somebody, you know, if you want to have a laugh and a joke, don't let somebody's mood stop you from that, okay? Rise above it, rise above them. It's coming out with, what's it coming out with? Yin yang, okay? So the balance of energies here. This is what I'm saying. There's something out of whack, guys. There's something out of whack with somebody around you where it's that situation, as soon as you become in their presence, they bring your vibrational level down. And this is where you've got to get this yin-yang, this balance back. No, I'm not having it, okay? Yeah, I sympathise with what's going on with you, but don't bring me down to your level. It's that type of energy. And let's have a look what your animal spirit card is. And we've got the bear, and it's the alchemical sign of earth, okay? I want to go with, this is the energy, this is the energy that is around you, the bear with a sore head. There is somebody around my Scorpios who is this energy, okay? Trying to block the sunshine out. Very slow, plodding energy, guys. The earth element is about grounding, and you need to ground this energy, okay? So this is why the bear has come out. They're slowing you down, okay? There's an energy slowing you down, and as I said, you can sympathise with that, okay? And you know, you can sympathise with the fact that they're up against it at the minute, and it's a very slow energy, and you're there trying to support them, okay? But for some reason they're trying to block your sunshine, trying to block your, you know, energy, your high energy vibe. And there's no dispute that this person has got it rough, you know what I mean? And we've got the puzzle coming out, okay? puzzle. You've got a decision to make then, guys. There's something that you need to make a decision on. This is something to do with legal matters as well. I feel for a very small minority of you, something comes through on paperwork and it's sort of saying, right, you've been offered something, and it's, do you go through the one door and accept that, or do you do a little bit more digging, fit in a few more pieces of the jigsaw puzzle and go through and continue what you feel is right? So there's a puzzle to work out for some of you as well, Scorpio. So my lovelies, I hope you can take something from that message. Don't forget to check out your moon and rising signs, and until next time, you take care of you. Bye then. I'm now going to be reading for the lovely star sign of Pisces. So Pisces, let's grab this Good Bad Fairies book and let's have a look what's coming out for you. What have we got for Pisces? Oh, we've got good fairies for you. Good fairies. And we've got Undying, the Salamander. Okay. And we've got the it's called the Sylph. They've got some really strange names, these fairies, okay? The Sylph, that's the Salamander, that is the Sylph, okay, if you can see. And then it says, the Sylph is a fragment of the earth's soul in fairy form. In the fairy realms, light comes not from above, but from within. The mythologist Joseph Campbell tells us that cultures throughout history describe a timeless zone beyond the visible world. In dreams and vision, once enters into it, and on walking returns. As such, experiences have let us know its apparitions are of self-luminous substance, revelatory of the vital energies not only of ourselves but all living things. When the fairy appears, follow his lead, for he is secure in the intuition of the solar plexus, his gut feelings. Tell him just what to do, okay? The inner reaches of outer space. So, follow your gut feeling. There's something going to stop you in your tracks though, Pisces, okay? I always remember the Sylph as like putting their brakes on, okay? Doing a 360 handbrake turn. It's like you stop in your tracks because of some information, okay, that is presented to you. And the information that comes in, you have to go with your gut feeling, but you have to take the time out to think, okay, of what this information entails. Red is a warning, you see. I always work with colour, and I want to feel like you was just going at something and carrying on with something, and then it's like, whoa, hang on, stop. We need to assess a situation here. It's quite deep, Pisces. Let's get the cards and see what comes out in those. What have we got for Pisces? And we have tourmalated quartz. Get out of your own way. Okay. You are your own worst enemy then for something this minute, Pisces. You're putting blocks on something. This handbrake 360 turn could be you stopping in your tracks. You could be refusing help on something. there's a sense of confusion, Pisces. There's a sense of confusion. What else have we got for Pisces then? And we've got community. You've got to work together here. I feel there's somebody or more than one person who's trying to assist you or help you, okay? But you are being stubborn. You're not taking on the advice that is being offered to you from a community. Now, this could be within a work ethic. It can be to do with health reasons, okay? Where you are getting in your own way. You're being stubborn, playing the martyr for some of you as well. Just want to get a clarifier on that. Just get a clarifier card on the community. And we've got father. Now, not everybody's father is still going to be here on the earth plane, but the father card to me is taking advice. You need to take the right advice on something. It's imperative, Pisces. Let's have a look what your animal spirit card is. There's like I feel like a denial here. Okay, there's like a denial of acceptance around some of you. If it's not you directly, it's somebody around you. They're denying, they're being awkward, okay? They don't want the help, they're being stubborn if it's not you. And then we've got the unicorn coming in. That is the spiritual realms working behind the scenes, trying to put you on the right track. Your animal spirit is the hyena. You're having a joke, you're having a laugh. You need to take something serious, okay? It's the alchemical sign of fire, guys. And this is you. You're joking about something and it's no time for joking, or it's somebody around you who you feel like, hang on a minute, this is serious. Okay, you can't be sort of messing around here. So Pisces, I hope that resonates with some of you out there. Check out your moon and rising signs. You could have additional messages there. And until next time, you take care of you. Bye then. I'm going to be reading for the lovely star sign of Cancer. So Cancer, let's grab the good fairies, bad fairies, and see what's coming out for you. What have we got for Cancer? Oh, we've got Althea, Fairy of Revelation. Sorry for the nudity, it is only artwork. And it says, Althea uncovers the nature of life, pulling aside the world illusion to reveal the hidden truth within. Call upon this fairy for protection against deception and fraud. Okay, need to have your wits about you. Then Cancer. And then on this side we have the Queen of Fairy. In secret groves and ancient orchards, the Queen of Fairy passes on the old year to the new in the form of autumn fruit, just as this year's apple contains the seeds from which new trees will grow. Hers is the gift of past knowledge given to create future potential. Somebody is offering you knowledge here. Somebody is offering you, Cancer, help and assistance. It's also about abundance as well. So these two beautiful characters that have come out for you, Cancer, are of good energy vibes around you, okay? So let's get the cards and see what we've got coming out in the cards then. What is your crystal energy? What have we got for Cancer? And we've got Tiger's Eye. And we've got overcome your fears. Okay? Overcome your fears, Cancer. Stop your worrying. Unnecessary worry. Never meet your problems halfway, okay? Let's have a look what it's coming out with. And we've got victory. See, you're worrying over nothing. So there's something going on around you at the minute, okay, where you may be thinking, oh, how's this going to pan out? Is it going to come out in my favour? Well, no, my lovelies. We've got 8 and 2, it comes to 10. It's a completion and it comes out in your favour. Victorious energy, lovely energy. Let's have a look what your animal spirit card is then. And we've got the beaver. It's the alchemical sign of water, okay, the beaver is. But the beaver also associates hard work. A lot of our hard work has been going in. You've been putting a lot of hard work in, but you're going to reap the rewards. It's good vibes, guys, Cancer. It's very good vibes. So you're going to reap the rewards. And we've got, you are, look, fortune. See? The cards have it all. The cards have it all. So, my lovely Cancers, I hope you can take something from that short message this week. Don't forget to check out your moon and rising signs. And until next time, you take care of you. Bye then. I'm going to read you for the lovely star sign of Libra. We always have to sing for Librans. So, Libra, I'm bringing in the good fairies, bad fairies. Let's have a look what message we've got out of this beautiful book for you. Feel about there. Wow, and it's the bad fairies. Oh, it's the bad fairies. We have a feline. Beautiful artwork. And it reads on here, let me have a little read. The feline is not one of the larger species of fairy. Because of its diminutive size, it is commonly known as a slight accusation, or else an accusation of slight. Here we see the look that all cat owners know so well. You know I have my dinner at 5 o'clock, bearing in mind that cats have always been witches' favourite familiars. Perhaps another name from the free lion should be that old familiar feeling. This fairy is the creator of small disturbances, such as faint scratchings in the early hours of mysterious midnight me-wings. Traditionally, he is heard inside cupboards and bedrooms, always on the other side of doors. This is the fairy to blame when your keys are left inside a locked car or hotel room. He is a creature who needs a lot of attention, for his feelings are easily ruffled. But if you make the effort to get him on your side, he will act in your best interest, and then you will always be in the right place at the right time. The feline is also the voice that reminds you to do the little things that matter to someone other than yourself. Feed the dog, clean the hamster's cage, write a thank you note, spend more time with great Aunt Martha. He is the fairy of things that scratch and mew inside your head as you're falling asleep. Those little you know you should voices that always have a slightly accusing tone. Try doing what he asks and you'll find you have fewer disturbances from this fairy. Melchdick. Okay. Melchdick is the Yorkshire fairy who protects unripe nuts. I say. Nuts of all kinds are dear to the fairies, and the act of nutting often draws them to you. A female gathering nuts in a wood, in particular danger of fairy attention of a amorous nature. I say, Libra. Okay. And then it's guardian of the blackthorn bush. The blackthorn is one of the most sacred plants of fairy. Its white blossoms herald the spring and are used in May Day celebrations. But the fairies jealously guard the treasure of blackthorn fruits, sloes, which have a beautiful magical bloom that disappears when picked. If you've ever attempted to pick fairy fruit and to take what is not yours, you already know that the nails and teeth of fairies are painfully sharp. So, I want to go with the noises, the bumps in the night, the unfathomed, incidents that you've got going around you. As it says, you could lock your keys, lose your keys, lock your keys inside your car. There's all this like sort of funny, strange energy that's going on around you, Libra, for some of you, and it's coming out. I'm looking at the artwork, really. Pay attention. When I look at this fairy here, this feline, it's face your fears, be brave, and like it says, if you can accept what is going on around you and say, okay, I don't really know what's going on, I can hear things, there's meddlesome things going on, but I'll accept it, I accept what's going on. To be open. There's just things going on, Libra, at the minute, which is sort of, you don't know the outcome, what the outcome's going to be. There's also a message in here about not being greedy, Don't be too greedy. And there could be somebody around you who's seeking attention. Yorkshire comes into this, so some of you could have something to do with connections in Yorkshire, in the UK. And some of you could be, as we're going through to the autumn, could be foraging, out and about foraging. And I feel somebody could bump into a new friend. You could be out and about, just going on a walk. It's that kind of an energy where you will cross paths with somebody who is quite knowledgeable. Have you ever had that happen to you before, where you've just bumped into somebody, you've never known them before, and then you have a conversation and you give them information and they give you information, and you feel, I've had sort of a spiritual download in that sort of small meeting or that small passing. I've had that happen to me a lot of times in the past, where you've just maybe waiting in the hospital or waiting in the supermarket queue and you've engaged with somebody, it's like you're drawn, and then you start chatting and then you both learn something. Amazing, really. But yeah, that's the kind of energy I'm getting for you off this. So Libra, let's have a look at your cards. These are alive today, these cards. So what have we got for Libra? And we've got Tiger's Eye. Overcome your fears. As in, things going on around you. You may be sort of thinking, why is that happening? Why is this happening? Sort of just go with the flow, Just go with the flow. Don't make mountains out of molehills at the minute, Libra. What's it coming out with? Tiger's Eye is a crystal of protection as well. So you need to protect something about protection. It could be protection of your own property at this moment in time as well. And we've got all tied up. 2 and 3 is 5, and 5 is about change. Something is all tied up. You are all tied up. Tying yourself in knots over something. There's something that you're fearing, worried over, tying yourself in knots. Let's just get a clarifier to go with that. And the answer is no. You don't need to be worrying. You don't need to be sort of tying yourself in knots and being anxious about this. If something is happening this week that you're worried over, don't be. Okay, Spirit is saying everything's going to be fine. Let's have a look at your animal spirit card then. What's coming out with your animal spirit card? What have we got for Libras? And we've got the buffalo, and it's the alchemical sign of Earth. Okay, something's going to be coming out of the blue here. Some information is going to be coming out of the blue. Stand your ground on something as well this week, Libs. Okay, stand your ground. The buffalo is a very sort of strong energy, powerful energy. But there's going to be some unexpected news come out of the blue this week. Okay, but you need to ground yourself, guys. You're running away with something in your headspace here, unnecessarily worrying over something. So my lovely Librans, I hope you can take something from that message. Don't forget to check out your moon and rising signs, and until next time, you take care of you. Bye then. I'm going to be reading for the lovely star sign of Gemini. So Gemini, let's grab this good fairies, bad fairies, okay, and see what's going out for you. Wow, my days. We have all these cards coming out for you. Wow, Gemini, you've had like the jackpot here. We've got the chalice, renewal, receptacle, and courage. I'm going to go with these to start with. So the chalice is about a celebration. So you could be celebrating something this week. There is a renewal here of either meeting up with somebody you haven't seen for a long time, renewing of a friendship, and also be renewing of a contract. If some of you work, not everybody works, but there's sort of, you may have been on a temporary contract and there's a renewal of a contract. If it's not for you directly, it's for somebody around you. We then have receptacle, okay? I feel like you are the receptor though. You are going to be getting privy to some information this week that is very important, something that you've been waiting to come in, okay? So that is coming in this week. And then we've got courage coming through as well, okay? We've got courage. So there's a situation around you or somebody that needs to be brave. I want to say the word brave here. To take action, okay? Some action is needed where somebody is putting something off and you've got to have the courage, okay, to take this through. On the opposite page, okay, we've got intuition. Using your intuition this week. Spiritual will, don't give up on a situation, okay? Connection, which I feel is coming in and connecting with that renewal card. So there's a connection here. I feel, as I said, somebody from your past. And then we've got transformation. Change is coming in. A lot of cards there for you coming out. So Gemini, let's pull out my cards to go with those and just see what else we've got for you, Gemini. What else have we got for Gemini? Gemini. And we've got Sodalite. Speak your truth. I think you've had this come out quite a lot of late. Okay? Speak your truth. And it's coming out with... my hands are hurting me. Just started to hurt me. Whether I'm picking up with your energy, Gemini, but I feel like real bad arthritis. Okay, and I don't, you know, suffer really. Well, I do suffer with my hands, but I just feel it's coming through with somebody who's got pain in their hands or done something to their hand. So we've got appreciation. This could be you feeling you're not being appreciated for something that you've done. or you wish to show appreciation to someone around you, however that's going to fit in, guys. Let's have a look what your animal spirit is. I just want to clarify the appreciation with one of my side cards. And we've got the tree. Seeking appreciation here. It also comes out about a sense of belonging. Somebody around you, if it's not you directly, it's like they've got this lack of a sense of belonging. They don't feel like they belong somewhere at the minute. They feel like a misfit, or they're not being appreciated, as I said. Okay, there's something about this appreciation, but yeah, it's a deep one. That one is. I feel like you're trying to do your utmost and you're not getting the appreciation. It can be in a work ethic, you know, like if some of you are really doing, you know, a load of work and you feel like nobody really appreciates what I'm doing here. You're not sort of being paid your worth. You don't feel like you're going up the career ladder, maybe. So it's sort of, you've got to take stock, or somebody's got to take stock around them, thinking, I'm not branching anywhere else out from here. It could be that you need to, or if somebody around you needs to branch out somewhere else to be appreciated. So you could have somebody in the Geminis where they're currently doing something, studying something, working at something, and there's lack of appreciation, or there's nowhere to go further in your career. Okay, it's that kind of a energy. And we've got the bear. And this is a slow energy, okay, a very slow paced energy, and it's a grounding energy of the alchemical sign of Earth. It's as though the sun's being blocked out of somebody's life at the minute because everything's very heavy going. So, my lovely Geminis, I hope you can take something from that reading. Don't forget to check out your moon and rising signs, and until next time, you take care of you. Bye then. I'm going to read it for the lovely star sign of Aquarius. Aquarius. Let's get the good fairies, bad fairies book for you and see what's coming out for you guys. What have we got for Aquarius then? Oh, we've got a bad fairy. Oh, we've got a bad fairy for Aquarius. Fairies hide what you want and reveal what you need. Okay? It's not about what you want, it's about what you need. The unworldly sound of the violin encompasses both passion and sorrow, with our music so haunting that it comes as no surprise that the fiddle has supernatural associations. It was once whispered that the great virtuous Paganini was in league with the devil for his skill, seen beyond that of mortal ability. Likewise, the crease on a fiddler's neck, where the instrument lies, was once known as the devil's mark. Long ago, in remote rural villages like the one in which I live, travel was difficult, and people's worlds were measured by the distance they could see. When an itinerant travelling fiddler came to town, he brought not only music, but a glimpse of other worlds beyond the horizon. The music transported villagers from the cares of their everyday lives, compelling hands to clap and feet to dance. The fiddler must have seemed a magical creature, an emissary from another world, a descendant of the ancient bards who once roamed across this land. And perhaps the travelling minstrels were indeed touched by fairy, for in their repertoire would be many a fairy tune passed from one musician to another. According to legend, mortal musicians would sometimes overhear beautiful fairy music while sitting close to fairy hills, or while secretly watching the fairies dance. fairy tunes then entered our folk music heritage and became so intermingled with our own that only a few still bear the name the fairies' waltz or the fairy reel to indicate their true lineage. Folk stories are full of fairy rings, fairy dances, and humans lured out into the dark of night by music both strange and compelling. In fact, fairies could be so troublesome with their dancing that Devon farmwives took to marking little crosses on top of their cakes to prevent the dancing shoes of fairy creatures from puncturing them. Those who have heard fairy music always say that it is the sweetest or the most plaintive or the most beautiful they have encountered. So yeah, what do I pick up from this then? There's a sense of wanting to travel, wanting things at the minute. There's needs, okay? Well, there's wants, okay? There's wants, luxuries needed. Who I'm picking up with, you feel a bit hard done to. So Aquarius, I feel from this message is that some of you have a struggling energy, whereas at the minute you feel you want to travel abroad, okay, but you haven't got the finances to do so. There's a lot of wants that you want, but you've got to go with what you need at this moment. So you're looking at situations around you, money wise, financial wise, okay, trying to make the best of your situation at the minute, Aquarius. Because there's a lot of music mentioned as well in this reading for you, then it could be some of you could be literally going to festivals, okay? Could be going away somewhere where you enjoy the music, you hear the music. And there can also mean a message for some of you where there's a continual repetitive song that you just cannot get out of your head, okay? A bit like Kate Bush's I'm Running Up the Hill out of Stranger Things. I'll tell you guys, I've never really watched that programme, but it's on, my son watches it, and I'll tell you, for about 2 weeks that song was just in my head and I could not get rid of it. So I feel for some of my Aquarians there's this repetitive song going on in your head as well for some of you. Let's have a look what the cards want to bring out, okay? Let's have a look what the cards want to bring out for you. What have we got for Aquarius? Aquarius. And we've got pyrite, and I have a piece of pyrite here, okay? And it's let the money flow in. And this is where I was picking up, because of the wants and needs, then there is sort of money issues going on around some of my Aquarians at the minute, which is sort of clipping your wings a little. And on the other side of the scale, we've got those who are spending money on pleasurable things. So we've got two sides of the coin here, really. But let the money flow in, okay? Let the money flow in. So there's some good news, Aquarius, on the financial front for those who have been struggling. And we've got hostilities, okay? Now then, this is where there's battles here around finances. This is where I feel is the whole of this reading for you, Aquarius. We've got disagreements, okay? Somebody wants to spend the money, and then others want to save the money, as in like, well, you know, we need this money for further down the line with what's going on, with everything going up and what have you. And then the other person is saying, but we need to enjoy our lives, we need to live, it's not our fault that the government's got it all wrong and we're being penalised. Why should we put our lives on hold? So I've got this kind of energy going on. Let's have a look what your animal spirit says. else have we got for Aquarius? And we've got dragon. Okay, and it's the alchemical sign of the spiritual realms, the all-seeing eye. Okay, but the dragon can be somebody who is being very cold skin, like a reptile. And then on the other side, we've got the hawk, who wants to spread their wings, feel the freedom. It's the alchemical sign of air, about communication. So I feel like there's two parties here. We've got somebody in the one camp who is being very sort of cold, no, we can't do it. And then we've got the other person who's going, well, yes, we can. Let's be free. Let's do what we want to do. Okay, so we've got that kind of energy. So my lovelies, I hope you can take something from that message. Don't forget to check out your moon and rising signs. And until next time, you take care of you. Bye then. Now I'm going to be reading for the lovely star sign of Sagittarius. Sagittarius. So Sag, let's have a look what's coming out in the good fairies, bad fairies for you. What have we got for Sag? And we've got good fairies. Yay, good fairies for Sag. Beautiful artwork. Okay. Doesn't matter which way you turn that, look. But we've got it on the good side for you, and it's the wise fool of fairy. And it says, considered by some to be one of the most important figures in fairyland, the wise fool turns our rigid perceptions upside down. He shows us that opposites are each contained in the other, that there is light in darkness, growth in decay, good in bad, and vice versa. He is the scared fool of the tarot card deck and the clever clown of trickster myths. He reminds us that there is nonsense in dogma and truth or sense in nonsense. Okay, so yeah, I feel there's an energy of you're not really sure at the minute, of you feel like you're neither here nor there. Okay, you're a little bit undecided on a situation, a little bit topsy-turvy kind of energy that is going on around, very undecisive about something as well. Okay, I just feel like there's something very undecisive. It's like changing your mind as well. 1 minute you could be thinking, oh, we're going to do this, and next minute it's out the window. It's that type of energy. Let's have a look what's coming out in your cards then. Very topsy-turvy energy. Yeah, it's like you expect something to turn out one way and then it totally just floors you and turns itself out in another. So very unexpected energy. And we've got azurite, okay, and it's get laser focused. And this is why it's saying get focused, because as I said, you're very indecisive, you're unsure, you keep swapping and changing. So this is why get laser focused, you know, get rigid with your decisions, know what you're doing. Let's have a look what else is coming out for you then, Sag. And we've got the energy of journey. Okay, so I feel like you're on a new pathway here, setting yourself a new adventure, a new journey. It could be some of you have taken the time out and you feel like you need a little holiday, you need a little rest. There's also something about you can't go back on a decision. Okay, there's no going back here on a decision. You've got to just keep going forward. Let's have a look what your animal spirit card is then. What else have we got for Sagittarius? And we've got the Scorpion, and it's the alchemical sign of fire. It's a sting in the tail comes in as well. Some unexpected news comes in. It's also a kick up the backside for you as well, Sag. Okay, the Scorpion's like stinging you up the backside to say, come on, you've got to get focused here. No hithering and dithering about on a situation. So I do feel there is something coming up for you, and you can't hither and over. You could miss an opportunity as well, Sag, if you do sort of, you know, drag your feet on it. And that's why the Scorpion comes in to say, come on, you need to act on here. Something's being highlighted to you, something's being presented to you, and you're just dragging your feet. thinking, you know, it's a golden opportunity that's shining in front of you, and you're there dithering and hithering, and it's just saying go for it, Sag. Okay, let's just get one of the side cards just to clarify a little bit more. And it's the Fool, and the Fool is saying you are a fool to yourself if you don't take this opportunity and start on this new pathway. So my lovely Sagittarius, I hope you can take something from that small reading. Don't forget to check out your moon and rising signs, and until next time, you take care of you. Bye then. Thanks for reading for the lovely star sign of Leo. So Leo, let's grab this good fairies, bad fairies, and see what's coming out for you in here. What have we got for Leo? What have we got for Leo? What have we got for Leo? And we have Moon Sphinx, okay? The Moon Sphinx and the Sphinx itself. Beautiful cards these are, okay? And it says, this sweet dream moonbeam maiden is a fairy of new beginnings, the child of Epona, the ancient Celtic moon and horse goddess. She guides us through darkness and light, through all the moon's deep mysteries, into the fairy realms. Her bright wings speak of spontaneity, freedom, and the swiftness of thought, while her knee rests on the old magic of earth formed of soil and stone. In the human world, it is the gold heat of the sun that germinates seeds, but in the fairy, the psychic seeds of growth are nurtured by the moon's silver light. The moon waxes, it is the maiden's time. Call on her for guidance through the dark. So yeah, beautiful energy, okay? The Dawn Fairy, body surfing on solar wind. She radiates confidence and helps at moments of self-doubt. So the self-doubt going on here for some of my Leos, and they're telling you not to do that. And then it's got the End of the Day Fairy, soaring in the sun's last rays. This fairy lives in the joy of past memories, yet moves through the growing darkness towards a bright tomorrow. This fairy is beneficial at moments of crisis or of great loss, okay? At moments of crisis or of great loss. So yeah, and then we've got the Sphinx here. And at night, when worry keeps me awake, the fairy Sphinx appears, luminous and perfumed in the darkness. At all moments of daily decision making, I find that she is also present. What is the best thing to do? What path should I take? Should I? Yes or no? These are the urgent questions I ask her, but she'll answer only when she chooses. The fairy Sphinx is very proud for her lineage is eons old. As an aspect of the moon goddess, the Sphinx is a custodian of primal secrets full of questions, riddles, rhymes, and clever tests of initiation. She crouches on an owl, a sacred bird of the night and symbol of the moon. Opposites are brought together and united in this very powerful form. Thus she unites and meditates between the upper and lower worlds, combining animal nature impulses with a human rational intellect. Untamed and free, the fairy Sphinx is poised at the crossroads of our lives, speaking in riddles, demanding that we know the answers that lie beyond. The Sphinx is the dark destroyer of all patterns and outmoded ways of thought, and yet she is also the creator of new insights and new directions. She awakens our sleeping potential with her sharp gaze, her riddles and her roar. She guides our path into fairy with the radiance of her wings. In the folklore of many cultures, the owl is the spirit guide to the underworld, often associated with the goddess of embodiment of her wisdom. Minerva, Lilith, Blood-and-Wed, and Athene all claim the owl as their own bird, and early Sumerian moon goddess figures have the all-seeing eyes of the owl. There can be no lies before its gaze, piercing through the black of night and deep into our very souls. The owl brings penetrating, sometimes ruthless wisdom to hear upon our lives, along with moments of illumination and prophecy. As a bird of death, the owl symbolizes transformation and profound change. So there's change coming in here for you, Leo. Okay, no self-doubt as well. Beautiful energy that the Moon Sphinx and the Sphinx itself comes in for you. Let's have a look what's coming out in the cards then. What is your crystal energy to start with? And we have rose quartz. Open up your heart. Open up your heart, my lovely Leos. Okay. You could just be feeling rather sort of unloved, some of you. You could be putting barriers up as well. Okay. Not sort of feeling that love vibe. It comes out with financial constraints. So, need to be looking at your financial structures, some of you, okay? Needing to draw up new plans and ideas. You could be putting plans forward to gain more financial money around you for future projects, okay? Let's have a look what the side card comes out with for that, Leo. What's the financial constraints? And it's got money, okay? What you sow is what you reap. The old speculate to accumulate. So this money needs to be outlaid here, and you need to open up your heart and be honest with yourself here, okay? Am I doing the right thing? Okay, is this ploughing this money into this venture going to pay off in the long run? But yeah, speak your truth on this. I feel like you need to communicate with others, obviously, on this pressing subject. Let's have a look what your animal spirit card is. There's some good investments though, okay? There's some good investments to be had here. Money is spent wisely, but you reap the rewards of it. So, you know, it's where you're thinking, is it unlucky? Unlucky 13. We've got the 10 here as a completion, and it's saying, don't look at it in a you know, this money that's been loaned or acquired at the minute might, you know, ring alarm bells. Am I doing the right thing? Just know you will reap what you sow, okay? And we've got the alchemical sign of water, and it's a starfish. This is your energy. You're burying your head in the sand at the minute. You don't want to sort of take responsibility of what needs to be done for future planning. So, my lovely Leos, I hope you can take something from that message. Don't forget to check out your moon and rising signs. And until next time, you take care of you. Bye then. Now going to read for the lovely star sign of Aries. So, Aries, let's just grab the good fairies, bad fairies, and see what's coming out for you in here. What have we got for the lovely Aries? And we have the good fairy. Oh, the fairy godmother. Beautiful energy, look. The fairy godmother. Beautiful artwork. Gorgeous picture for Aries. The fairy godmother, or godmother as the Welsh call her, is the fairy who brings her special gifts to the newborn. The godmother's ancestors are the Celtic triple martyrs, or mothers, who watch over special places such as wells, springs and the home. And over the course of our lives and the Greek fates, the three women who spin, measure and cut the thread of man's destiny. In Albania, godmothers are known as fatit, appearing the third day after a child's birth to bestow the gifts of fate. In Lativa, the Lamuna household fairy presides over the three major events of life: birth, marriage and death. Godmothers are well-known figures in the fairy tales of many lands, where they mitigate curses, point the way through treacherous terrain and save inexperienced young heroes from danger. And from themselves, in many tales, the fairy godmother must deflect the curse of a bad fairy who feels slighted or offended. In the case of Sleeping Beauty, a bad fairy was not invited to a princess's baptism feast. She took great offence and cursed the child with death at the onset of puberty, but the last of the 12 fairy godmothers mitigated the bad fairy's curse. These stories remind us not to forget to invite the fairies to important events. It is wise to acknowledge their presence and graciously accept their gifts. The moon-wise godmother pictured here brings us sacred gifts from the land of fairy. She holds a golden apple from the magical Isle of Apples, also known as Avalon. This glowing fruit of immortality and fertile creativity radiates the rich, penetrating warmth of the summer sun. She also brings us the apple's complement, a crystal of pure moonlight to stimulate clear thinking. With these gifts of the heart, of sun and moon, of male and female in balance, she asks us to place our lives in balance and to find and fulfill our true purpose. The crescent moon she wears is a symbol of her power. It is a receptacle of cradle holding the sacred seeds of our future, and also a boat in which we can safely sail through the storms of life. Her dazzling halo is made of the bright sparks of fairy consciousness. These sparks form a mystical constellation, mapping out our destiny. These are the lucky stars we must remember to guide ourselves by and to thank. Leaving us, this godmother transforms herself into an owl, a bird of wisdom and fair-sightedness. When times are dark, she will fly back again to be the good mother each of us needs, nurturing our spiritual well-being. Oh, Aries, that's a beautiful fairy, a helpful fairy. So yeah, it's as though a wish is going to be granted for you, okay? And you could be asked to be a godmother as well to somebody, not all of you, but some of you. Beautiful artwork, okay? Use your own knowledge, your own wisdom on something as well. And it's also about, when it says clear thinking, you need to think clearly about an important decision, Aries, okay? So let's have a look what the cards are saying for you. Oh, fairy godmother, fairy godmother. And we have the crystal card of Jade. Be the bigger person. Oh, Jade, be the bigger person. Let's just get a clarifier as to why that's come out. And that's just flew out that deck. And it's the skills. More strings to your bow. You have the skills and you have the ability, okay, to not doubt yourself on something as well, Aries. You could be doubting, wanting to start a project, learn something, and then you're thinking, oh, do I have the skills? Do I have the abilities to do this? And I want to say, yes, be the bigger person. Know you can achieve this, whatever it is you're wanting to focus on. It is about harnessing more strings to your bow, okay? It can also mean in a relationship, be the bigger person. And it's Cupid's arrow that strikes here, okay? So it could be for some of you to actually speak out of how you are feeling. Let's have a look what else is coming out for you, Aries. And we've got door to personal healing and happiness. What a beautiful energy. 3 and 4 is 7, and 7 is a divine number. So there's something fated to come in. There's more of a peaceful energy coming in as well, Aries. time to open the door of opportunity. I feel some of you could have gone through a rough time of late, and you are healing and feeling happier for the fact that you've got through whatever this is. How strange. We've got the owl coming out, and didn't we have the owl in that Brian Froud piece of artwork? It's the alchemical sign of air about communication. So there is some good news coming in for you. But as it says, use your knowledge. Knowledge is power, and some of you could be wanting to learn something new. Just feel like I want to pull one more card out for you. Let's just pull another card out for the lovely Aries. Feel like that one there definitely wants to come out. And a strategy. Okay. There's a journal here. Some of you could be sort of journaling your thoughts down on a daily sort of regime. And if you're not doing that, then you should be doing that, because journaling is good. Okay. It attracts. It puts the vibration out there into the universe. It's saying here you've got to have a strategy. You've got to have a plan, an agenda. But I also feel it's about learning a new creative skill because of the skills that is coming here. Oh, I've got that bibbidi bobbidi boo, the godmother thing now coming in. Remember from a few weeks ago? Bibbidi bobbidi boo. Yeah. So we've got the godmother, the fairy godmother coming in for you at the start. So that's beautiful. And for some reason, I just want to grab this massive selenite sphere, okay, just to add the fairy godmother element that I want to send out to you, Aries. Okay, calming of the selenite to my lovely Aries. So Aries, okay, beautiful energies there. Don't forget to check out your moon and rising signs as well. And until next time, you take care of you. Bye then.